team, it's these youngsters thirsty and hungry to prove themselves, to take on the great legacy of Spirit. Now we're going to see if they can do it all over again. As game one starts, let us see what the result will be. I am just hoping that in this game, that we don't get any... I don't want to see any of these fights where a team overcommits for no reason, you know? I just want to see cleaner execution from both of these squads here.
I think we can expect communication between the two teams has looked good. 1W, if there's something that they're pretty good at, it's team fights. So let's see if they're gonna be able to do it. Team Spirit always have been good at team fighting. Even now with this new lineup, I think that's generally their forte. They have looked a little bit bad in the previous series in the extended team fights of game one, but other than that, mostly have been on point.
They smoked out, they got out their wards. Looks like one win, taking their time to deploy the smoke of their own. And they're only going with 3 heroes to the top side of the map. They block out the camp with the Bat Rider, and they see now the Luna, but Satanic calls it out. He's like, hey guys, Sweet and Strong is here. So they are aware we're not going to be having any surprises onto this Luna. Funnily enough, everybody vacates the area. There's nobody on the high ground right now.
Yeah, because you don't see, right? It's Luna nighttime. He's going to be able to spot you, and you're not going to be able to spot her, so you don't want that.
Let's see, Miposhka, does he have the clicks?
Of course he does.
He has the clicks, and he's got the dumbest fucking spell in this game. Drinking buddies gets him out of danger, and he's A-okay.
I don't know, man. I like drinking buddies. It's cool. It's a bit overtuned, but it is a cool spell, for sure. Tusk needed something like this.
And he gets the D ward, opens up the camp for his team. Miposhka already starting things off in a very good situation for his squad. His team started the bounty rune trade. They got all of them, in fact. 4 bounties for Team Spirit. If they can find the first blood as well, that would be a massive start to this game for them.
Yeah, we'll see if Laurel can do well in the mid lane. Chira he's a decent laner. Let's see if okay, he already got 3 denies from the Invoker. I don't know what's happening with Laurel.
It's getting Laurel, man. We'll see. Still the early days in this laning phase. He should overall be fine. But Jiro Jr., like you mentioned, he's getting a CS, finding some denies. So Laurel needs to be a little bit careful here. We'll eat quite a bit of harass from the tier 1 tower, and he's coming back in for this one. Laurel? Tornado clears out the creep wave. He's gonna get right clicked down. He's trying to escape here. Chira Jr. looking for the angle. He gets on top of Law. Law has no mana remaining. He sees him. Cold Snap is there. He throws in the damage, but he just gets enough mana for the Aether Remnant. It will not matter. Chira Jr. draws first blood, and Laurel, I don't understand what that play was, Harry. What was he doing underneath the tier 1?
Okay, the idea is that there's so many creeps and that you can get away with going in there and just denying everything from the Invoker because you're a melee hero. That's fine. The thing is, he right-clicks on the Invoker at some point and the tower starts attacking him. None of the creeps attack the tower. None of the creeps attack the Invoker. You cannot remove the attack by clicking A on the creeps. And suddenly, you just get hit a billion times. That's just a rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake from a TI winner. Demonstrates that we are all human. That happens to the best of us. Bottom lane, Malik almost took a tumble here as well. One win, playing with some confidence across these lanes at the moment.
Oh, I thought the kills are going to be happening inside lanes, like this.
Oh, there's a kill happening top. Miposhka using the dumbest ability in the game, gets himself away from Cloud. That just means that Sweet and Strong gets some free harass time onto Satanic. Eats some damage himself as well, but Satanic completely out of regen. Gonna have to ferry in some additional from the base.
But he is not missing a single CS under the tower. It reminds me of the days where it would just be fun when creeps get under the tower to watch Arteezy, how he's just gonna be able to CS all of them by dropping down the Quelling Blade and such. It's not as complicated nowadays to do it, but Satanic is on point either way.
Yeah, he's still CS leader in the game despite how much harass he's taken. His counterpart in the Medusa, she is farming, but they're not applying as much pressure as they would like onto Malik. You can't really stop the Centaur from getting his farm. in this lane, especially once he starts getting towards the second and third bracers. In fact, they might even get him closer with the kill. They're going in onto the Batrider. The Gorgon's grasp was committed, but will not make a difference. And Malik, now with the kill of his own here in this early game.
Pretty nice, pretty nice. The thing is, Medusa is annoying in the lane, but the Batrider doesn't really give you much
Medusa's
kill
dead!
potential.
Medusa! Oh no, they caught him. They caught him like in between a snake. They knew that he didn't have the mana. He had 10 one charges. He did have the healing loaders, but Malik just caught him lacking with the hoof stomp and they kill him off.
Just a straight up mistake. Just a straight up mistake coming out from the news. So you cannot die like that. This lane should always be even between you and the centaur, at least. And now it's no longer. The Poshka also devours that ward. Obviously, he's not going to kill the Medusa now, but that just him not having that ward on the high ground from Kushi and dying without a TP, it'd be enough of a thing to impact his CS in the next couple of waves.
He's being doubled up in the CS department right now by this Luna.
Yup. I mean, King is doubling up everybody, right? Because he's just getting so much.
Speaking of him, now they're gonna put damage onto Cloud. There's no Timber Chain again, and that's for another second. Can they chase onto this Timber Soul? King, Lucent being back online, but he doesn't have any points into the reactive armor either. So he does have to watch out a little bit about the bounces from these slaves.
For him, the idea is just to be able to do as much burst as possible to the Luna. I think they wanted to pressure King a bit more, maybe even take his life a couple of times, but that top lane from Spirit, it was played impeccably.
Back in middle, Lol is ahead of this Invoker, but Invoker caught up quite rapidly in the CS department.
Yep, he is looking good. He does have 18 denies on Chira, and Laurel once again walking to the base. You always wait for nighttime so that you get extra movement speed, but this mid lane is a disaster for Team Spirit once again.
Not that much in it in terms of the gold distribution on the map. For now, the priority is going to be making sure that Munkushi can farm. Respect has been camping out top, making it seem like he's already taken the gate back. They would love to be able to find a kill, but Sweet and Strong has to go and secure a rune, so he's not going to be available. In fact, said rune may be needed by Laurel. Chira Jr. gets scatterblasted. They drop the Aether Remnant onto this Invoker. They just want to give Laurel the regen, and he might actually be able to turn around onto this one. Respect. He shows up middle though. He's going to be in a bit of danger here. Needs to watch out. Fire Snap Cookie will be utilized, but with the Cold Snap, Blood Grenade, and one more right click from Rue, might be enough to kill the Snap. Not enough in the end. He still remains living. Laurel throws the Aether Remnant. It doesn't connect, but the Tornado from Chira Jr. does. He saves the life of this Batrider, purges away the Haste Rune, and that will enable this Bat to survive and this entire skirmish to finish.
They didn't want to go for the kill on the Snapfire because she had raindrops, so you knew that a Tornado wouldn't be able to finish him off. That's why they were trying to kill him with right clicks and also waiting for that Haste Rune just to purge it off. Beautifully done by Chira.
Top lane.
Poshka?
Poshka
Is
trying
he
to
getting
steal
this?
Wisdom Rune. There's Flame Break available, so I don't think
die.
so. I don't think so. As he
Nice
dies
done.
though.
Not
Oh,
again.
What happened? Brody got solo killed by Shira Jr. I mean, I can feel for him, right? Because he lost out so much HP on that previous engagement, and he just come back from being zoned to base. So it felt really bad for him to have to leave again, but would have kept him alive. Now he ends up going down a second time to Chira Jr.
I mean, you can only go back to base and walk back to base so much, right? You're a Void Spirit, you need the levels. You're level 5, this is a level 8 Invoker. I think he's getting beat up even more than what we saw yesterday. At least yesterday, Banda No One were bringing in the supports. Shira is doing this all on his lonesome.
Chira Jr., baby. He got the first pick Invoker for his team, and he's showing off why they gave him that degree of trust, owning this mid lane matchup. For me, the big thing isn't even how much he's getting out of it. It's the fact that Laurel, he has so much responsibility in this game to create the tempo, to open up the space. Him not being able to do so is pretty bad. And worst case scenario just happened. Chira Jr. right in front of his face gets an Invis Rune. So it's not like Laurel can even go swing top to try and claim that.
The Void Spirit is less so than he used to be, but still a tempo-based hero. You need to consistently scale. And with low levels, you're not gonna farm well. We are seeing that he is out the dissimulate because that is the best farming spell, right? He knows he's gonna go into the jungle and not leave for a very long period of time. Maybe, just maybe TP if he sees people being dope. But even then, there is a chance that Laurel just ignores everything.
Speaking of mid laners, Law's counterpart in Shiro Jr. is making his first rotation to the top side of the map. He's ghost walking up here. Haven't seen the vision of him, but because they don't find Satanic, they're just like, let's just put pressure on the tower. This will draw in a response from the Centaur. So now there are multiple heroes in the top lane trying to keep this alive. Okay, Tornado going out. The Void Spirit is here. Law gonna be forced back, but he goes in. They get the Eclipse out onto the Invoker. And Law dangled himself as bait, and it worked out. One win. They bit hook, line, and sinker, and they get punished for it.
Huge. That is huge, right? Because you're bringing down this Invoker that has been bullying your mid laner. And Laurel, as you mentioned, he played the bait. He didn't really care if he was gonna die there. Even if he did and they bring down the Invoker, you're more than happy. And in the end, he even lives through it all. A very nice reach from Team Spirit overall, bringing in the Luna as well. They knew that they needed the extra damage, and he was the one that was gonna bring it.
Top lane had some drinking buddies just to keep Malik safe. They're doing their main job though of trying to stall out this push. And Invoker, Shiro Jr. comes back. He's like, I am not leaving until this tier 1 tower is removed from the game. But this gives an opportunity because now look what they're doing. They're smoking in towards middle. They want to try and punish elsewhere while sacking the tier 1 tower.
I think they're mostly, they want to get a kill and pressure the mid lane so that they force out rotations rather than allow 1W to just smoke towards them and catch them off guard. This is such a cool play.
Would have been even better if the Invoker had TP'd back middle just before this, but you don't always get everything you want in life. Speaking of the Invoker, he wants a kill. He sees Miboshka EMP drop down onto the Tornado. The Brambles too. Miboshka dodges the EMP burn, but drinking buddies, even drinking buddies is not that busted. Ends up dead to the Shadow Realm heads of Sweden Strong.
Positioning from Chira there, pulling him in the Brambles. Probably could have died even without using the snowball if Sweden Strong was on point with the usage of his spell. But either way, it's a very nice pickup and Alacrity onto the siege creep. Star is going to be in trouble.
Well, doing his best to try and clear out this wave, but immediately they dispel his Resonant Pulse, burn away all his mana. And this guy came from the base, but doesn't feel like it. Feels so weak in this early game right now. But he still jumps forward with the AD rune. I was hoping to get the catch onto Chira Jr. Unfortunately, he just has no mana. Literally nothing. After he jumped in, he was unable to accomplish a single spell.
The problem for 1W in this game, though, yeah, sure, they're moving well. The problem is that their Medusa is so far behind the Luna, and both Luna and the Medusa are these timing-based heroes, right? The Medusa would want to get Manta, maybe Diffusal, and then Butterfly, and that's when you go forward. But at that point, the Luna will already have her main round of items once you get the Manta and the BKB, and you won't be that powerful on your timing. It's going to be King hitting it first, so I think this is the main problem 1W. They currently need to slow down King, and it's just very, very tough to do this game.
They're hoping to bring down Law. They burnt away all his mana, but here's the rest of Team Spirit. They want to keep him alive. They do manage to do so with the Eclipse dropping down off the Lucent Beams. They kill off Invoker and the Batrider. The fear thrown into the river just to zone these heroes away. Yet again, Laurel happy to act as bait as they catch and kill Sweden Strong as well. King, what a man, what a lad, showing up to these early engagements. And you were talking about the Medusa being behind in net worth. This is also something that Luna can do far better than Dusa can. Him showing up with that Eclipse going instantly wins them any fight he's in.
The thing that the Medusa can do is defend towers, but not when you're this far behind, right? Even with that fight going as bad as it did, if there was a stronger Medusa in the game, I'm not saying this Luna level was so strong, but maybe 6,000 at 6.5, he would be able to TP to that tower and defend it, and there really wouldn't be much the Spirit can do about it. But this is a huge problem when you have Carry on one side that is just so far ahead of everybody else, can join fights, can push towers, can help his team in multiple ways, and then you have a Medusa that generally does it better than the Luna that is helpless.
Right now, smoke coming in from 1win. They want to involve Chiro Jr. on the map again. They drew the line towards top, but they don't have the best vision here. So they'll have to hard read where these heroes are at. And they don't have like some clockwork or whatever to find free vision. Sweden strong. Still making his way towards top. He gets the ward out. They see him now, but the Invoker started heading towards middle. I don't know if they'll have enough time to actually connect on this move. And it doesn't seem like it. So wasted rotation from the side of OneWin.
And during that time, Spirit were farming the stack, so finally they increased their lead even more.
Fourth hero to the top lane. They're gonna try for this, but he's already underneath the tier 2 tower. Miposhka hits him with the drinking buddies and accomplished really nothing from OneWin. It felt like they were forcing it and just hoping against all hope that they get a mistake out of the centaur.
I'm okay with this, right? This is one of the moves that I think Band and No One are missing in their arsenal when they don't know what to do on the map to just force out a rotation and spell from the enemy side. And I think that was the main idea, right? Make sure that the Stampede is used and maybe get a TP or two without losing a single hero. So I think the main objective itself was successful.
If they do manage to get themselves to the top lane again and kill him off while he doesn't have Stampede, that would be so nice. But right now, 3 hero smoke. It is the Team Spirit boys who are trying to make a maneuver, but they're gonna hit nothing but air. As the entirety of OneWin have vacated this area, they're playing in their jungle, they're farming in front of their tier 1. There's no way anybody gets caught here.
I was thinking they were gonna smoke towards the Luna now, because it was just before nighttime. It was your opportunity to make it happen. You see, nobody's showing on the map, and King is still relatively confident in his positioning. You had a slight window where you could have done something. Unfortunately, they didn't even attempt it.
King will leverage his strength towards this tier 1 tower. This Luna, she is about to have the Manta style. Just needs the recipe. A couple hundred gold away to pick that one up. She's feeling strong. I'll bring some heroes down bottom, but I think OneWin, they know that this tower is going to be forfeit. Medusa at the very least finish the Manta.
This is too much there. There's a lot of things I like for its 1W in this game. The thing is, this Luna has to die. In the next 6-7 minutes before the BKB comes out, if the Luna does not die, he will overwhelm you. We'll just walk into the Roche, going down the house, and we will be helpless to do anything.
Speaking of the Luna, did you see that long range on the Aether Remnant? Okay, the Timber Chain came first, but a long leash ensured that Cloud could not escape. And Satanic has also shown zero hesitation when it comes to these Eclipses. Every single one of them that he's used has guaranteed some kind of core kill. And it's this time, the Timber Source time to feed. And guess what? That finishes off the full Manta style. Yay!
I think the Luna feels like she cannot be punished. That with proper positioning and his team play the way they are, that you cannot die. So that's why he's just going for the Eclipse. There is a kill. You want to increase this lead. You feel like if you keep increasing your lead steadily in this game that you will win it, and I think it's right.
Kushi getting jumped on, 4 heroes surrounding him, and Kushi is just dead. Couldn't even get off the Stone Gaze in that moment. Just gets demolished, and there's nobody from his team around him. They were smoking in towards the Luna. They saw her underneath at the bottom lane from the Twin Gate. They see her now in the Ancients. But
you need this. You need... King has to die.
Okay, he has no mana.
Oh,
he has 10 one-charges.
Don't do this to
There's
them.
no way he doesn't die here. There's no way he doesn't.
Yeah.
Tornado in.
Help is coming.
Terrorize is coming in. EMP Bird is there, but with the Whirling Death Chakra, they do find the kill. But now, how do they escape? As Law shown in with the gang. Deafening Blast with the Terrorize. Pushing them back, but the Fire Snap Cookie on the 3. Stuns these heroes up. Invoker looking like he's gonna go down here. Miposhka trying to chase with the snowball forward. Ice shot preventing the escape. But Cloud, he's still owning this fight. At the same time, Law able to get in with the Astral Steps, but it's not gonna be enough. Cloud doing way too much work here. One more Timber Chain, one more Whirling Death, and one more kill. Laurel doing his best to try and escape. There's a Bedlam right on top of him, and that is gonna be enough to kill him on the last second of that spell. It's a full 5 hero wipe. Team Spirit thought they could fight afterwards, but this Cloud Timbersaw, man, he just went ham in that engagement. They could not deal with him. He was demolishing the entirety of Team Spirit.
Okay, so I guess the weakness was found on Team Spirit. The thing is, without the Luna, they just aren't that strong. Their damage is going to be lacking, and they are almost incapable of killing a Timbersaw. Right? Because they used quite a lot of spells on him, and it took too long. Also, the sentry not being down at the start of that fight was a big problem. The Invoker lived longer than needed, and that did slow the advance of Spirit. I think if the Invoker dies instantly when he gets caught by those shards, when he goes into the Ghost Walk, that Team Spirit could have taken that fight for themselves.
A big thing as well, that fight is a good demonstration of how bad it was for the Void Spirit to get off to a very slow start. If this Void Spirit was, he's level 11 right now, if he was level 12 in that fight, and we had the additional damage from the first Astral Step, they probably don't even need that additional sentry. Invoker just dies heads up, but his game has just been stalled out too much. Doesn't have the degree of impact he wanted on this hero. Okay. Gonna be going on to Void Spirit again, but Shira Jr. this time around he's dealing with these kisses. The Pipe of Insight though comes in from Cloud. It defends Shira Jr. and they kill Laurel in the process. King forced to get out with the Manta style, but Cloud, he's chasing him. He wants the Luna really badly. The rest of his team though, they're busy with the Centaur, turning their attention around Malik, and they should be able to surround and kill him. And indeed that is the case. Sweet and Strong credited with that one. And dude, they couldn't have come with that pipe. Because they win the previous fight, Cloud can rush his pipe. Because he has that pipe, he can save the Invoker and make this turnaround happen. Dota 2, just a game of knock-on effect sometimes.
Okay, 1W, no problem. But with that death of Luna in the bottom lane, they delayed the BB. So now they won 2 fights in a row. That might just be enough for the Medusa matchup. Yes, you are 1k gold ahead, but the farm distribution is still solid on Team Spirit. They want to be buffing up this this Luna for sure.
I have some wisdom runes coming up right now, granting some experience to these supports. I've just been making Lol's life a living hell. I don't know what's happening with the Uta boy Lol, you know. TI winner last year, but he's been really struggling in these qualifiers.
He's still in them, so there is still time for him to increase the level of his gameplay. I believe.
I believe. For now though,
do you?
Luna,
no. That sounded insincere there, but okay. Okay.
Okay. Check this out, right? At the beginning of last year, I thought it was a major downgrade when they got Laurel. But at least by the time they got to TI, they were clearly the best team overall in the world. So it was fun. Laurel was part of the best team in the world, part of one of the best overall squads in Dota. So I may be insincere about this game, but I still have faith in his overall prospect as a player.
For sure. I'm a little bit biased. I remember when Dodgen was a part of Windstrike and then he had internet problems and Laurel joined the team and just started crushing everybody. So even back then I was like, okay, this guy is good. But it does seem that Windstrike team was his prime and then he started downgrading from there. Sure, he won the TI in the process, but in my mind, that is when he shined the most.
Oh, wow. He's smoked up right now with me, Boschka. Some of his crew is taking the twin gate down bottom, so they would like to find a hero farming here. Unfortunately for them, it's Cloud that's ahead of him. It's Timbersaw, 2.3k HP with the Pipe of Insight underneath the tier 2 tower. I don't know about this one, boys, but they're gonna try for it. Laurel hoping for the angle of execution, but oh man, they were trying to get Satanic in closer so he could drop the Eclipse on this boy. They just couldn't make it happen.
They were hoping that he moves closer to them or that they're going to be able to go around the tower and catch him a little bit farther away. But 1W read this perfectly. Now they're in a smoke. Counter smokes like this are always dangerous because you're catching your opponents in a place where they don't want to be. Look at the vision from Spirit. That's what they have going for them.
Medusa's also coming for this fight. The snowball from Tusk getting himself away from the EMP and Laurel now trying to make the jump onto this Dark Widow, but she survives inside the Shadow Realm. Lasso catches this Tusk and he is dead. But they've already used the Stone Gaze from the Medusa. They can still potentially take this fight. Eclipse now going in onto the Timbersaw. Will they be able to burn him down? Yes, they can. More globs raining in with this Mirana on the run. These Morty's Kisses almost kill the Dark Willow.
No
Not
mana.
gonna be enough. The Tornado gonna be there to hold back this Void Spirit, but now look at Medusa. She's caught behind the trees. No mana remaining, no life available. A 3-for-1 exchange. The Dark Willow couldn't really find an opportunity for the Terrorize. That means that Team Spirit overrun them. The Medusa using the Stone Gaze only to kill the Tusk, and the Batrider using his last suit for that one just made things way too easy for Team Spirit on the re-engage.
Team Spirit have gotten more patient after that game 1 versus Navi. This was very good understanding of what exactly do they need in a fight. And this is what we've been talking about. That the Luna has too much farm that once he gets the BKB, he won't be able to do anything. And we are seeing it live right now. Imagine what would have happened if they hadn't won those 2 fights on 1W. This Luna would already be knocking on your door and you wouldn't be able to do anything. Still, a 5k difference between a Luna and a Medusa, even more, it is bizarre.
Yeah. I really hope that she goes for the Daedalus Butterfly build in this game. I feel like they don't really need to concern themselves that much with big magic damage from the Kanda. You just need big right clicks from her and the enemy team will die.
Yeah, and Satanic might not be needed. Butterfly looks quite good. Beautiful snowball.
Nice snowball from Hitoshka to cancel out the TP from this Dark Willow. She goes down, sweet and strong. They get punished on that one, and maybe they go for more. They come in onto Cloud. This is a Timbersaw though, not necessarily the best initial target.
King was thinking of engaging from the other side, but he probably sees, okay guys, I'm close to Daedalus. I need my Hurricane Pike, level 20 as well. Why would we force this right now? The nighttime is coming. You still have an Aegis for a long time. No need to rush at all if you're Spirits.
The scary thing for me is not just how farmed Satanic is right now. He's heading into a Hurricane Pike next after the Daedalus, but it's Laurel has caught up. He's now number 4 in the net worth department. He has the Aghanim Scepter practically finished. So this hero can have major impact, and now they're hunting respect. This should grant them the gold needed to finish the full Ags on Laurel. And this man is on a killing spree. At some point in this game, fam, he was 0-4. But now look at him, he's 7-4-5.
I mean, this is the thing about really good Dota players, right? They can be in bad form, but they still know how to play Dota. Even though his laning is not at the best right now, even though his spell usage is not the best, his move, his understanding when he can go in and out, it's still the Arl, and he's showing it again.
Cloud is gonna be smoked into. Probably the worst hero for them to find.
No force.
No easy kill to get this. Instead, it's gonna be a response play potentially for one win. They come in right now, bringing heroes on the tower. They're going towards the Tusk. Koshka will end up dead, but now Morty's Kisses from Brew. Raining in onto Chiro Jr. Is it going to be enough to kill him? Yes, it will. The stun onto 3. Amazingly done by Malik. And now they kill Respect as well. Munkushi lost all of his mana to these Morty's Kisses. So this Medusa will also die. Laurel not dead on the high ground, just simulating back away from this Timbersaw. And Cloud now stunned in by Malik. His Centaur cannot be stopped in this game, man. He barely survived, 70 HP. King cannot allow this to happen. You cannot escape from me, my friend. And Cloud makes vision for the Luna by destroying all the trees, and King destroys him with the Lucent Beam.
And that fight would have been looking even more dominant for Spirit, but the second that he got the 3-man hoof stomp, the Stone Gaze was going and the Luna got connected. So he got 1 Lucent Beam and 1 right click off, and it took away most of the Medusa's mana. It just goes to show how powerful he is.
My god. Here we are on the high ground, Aegis Luna, 8k gold lead for the team overall. And literally the entirety of that lead, fam, is on the Luna. The difference between Luna and Medusa is 8,000 gold.
It's too much. I mean, we talked about it even earlier, that it shouldn't be like that.
Satanic, man. This kid he's out here. He's out here. Showing why it's not necessarily hubristic for him to tag himself as king.
It's looking good for him.
Okay, 1 win. Still dealing with this Aegis for another minute or so. I'm not sure if Team Spirit will want to full commit for another high ground push right now. Perhaps they're just going to be content to just pick up this Wisdom Rune, control some of this area. I feel like there's no rush for them right now.
Yep. No reason to go super aggressive. You will lose the Aegis. The problem is that the daytime is coming, so generally that's gonna be time for you to be a bit more aggressive.
I don't think they need to be too aggressive, but here they are on the high ground. Maybe somebody on Team Spirit has a date later tonight. They don't want to miss it. First lane of Rax. Tier 3 tower is taken away, so the Rax are exposed. Luna doing a lot of damage, and now Hoofstomp going in onto the Timber. So beautiful terrorize to send the Luna and the Centaur away. That'll save the life of this Timber Saw. All these kisses were committed now by Rue, but what's left for the re-engage? Team Spirit happy to just waltz right back in, trying to get these racks, and they will succeed in doing so. Now look at this, jump in from Malik once more. They find and kill the Dark Willow. Stampede committed now, but they're going forward with the Stampede, not coming back. Invoker, he's gonna get brought down. No buyback available for the mid laner of one win. And that should be a second lane of racks and potentially even the game you're hearing.
Yep, Team Spirit looking clean, 1W. The start of this season, just wait for them. This might be the second qualifier they get eliminated from, and they won't even be getting that far.
Stone Gaze committed by the Medusa, at least to force them away from here, but Cloud deciding to make a fairly deep jump in here, not gonna find anybody. Luna feeling completely unafraid. She's posted up on the high ground, beating down these buildings, and now with the Eclipse, she demonstrates why she's so fearless as they eviscerate that Timber Soul, take away the second lane. But now, okay, Lasso going on to Luna. She doesn't have an Aegis, but they don't have the damage. She pops BKB, and she is practically immortal. Mankushi has almost lost all of his mana already. They kill off the Batrider. BKB is down though, so King doesn't want to take unnecessary risks. Retreating away from the fight. Rue getting caught up to by Cloud. Does Cloud have an easier way to stop this hero from fleeing in front of him? Forced off onto the high ground, TP out, Timber Chain misses, Sunstrike misses, and the Snapfire is home clear.
He's gonna be fine. I like how disciplined Spirit are in this game. This is we're seeing evolving real time, because versus Navi, the first series that they played, game 1, they weren't looking so hot. Game 2, they were still getting those engines up. Game 3, now here in the 4th game of the day, they're still looking good. Right, and this is with Larl just dropping the ball when it comes to the early game. Imagine what happens with this team when he gets into good form.
Certainly terrifying to witness.
Has a nullifier now. That's a counter to the Timbersaw Axe, right? So that was the only thing that was allowing 1W to get more info of what's going on in the fight by him getting and popping the reactive armor. Longer a possibility. You'll get the armor, but without the shield, you're just gonna die.
Just as a reminder that this second net worth Void Spirit that has Aghanims, Manta, Nullifier, at some point about 15-20 minutes in was the lowest net worth core in the entire game. He was at some point 3 levels behind the Invoker. Now look at him, 8-4 and 11. If you look at the scoreline, you would scarcely believe that he had a horrendous laning stage.
Luna has a Swift Blink. He didn't go for a Butterfly. He felt like this was a damage item, and I think it is. The Butterfly you would need if the game was a little bit closer. With the current state of affairs, you just need to jump in and murder everybody. There's not going to be a response. You just follow the Void Spirit if he finds the right initiation and you kill everybody.
Speaking of initiation, one win. They'll try and get some of their own as they smoke up. They need Respect to be the one leading the charge. He's the one with the Blink Dagger and the Lasso, but looks like Team Spirit already. All their heroes positioned in this jungle. They're aware of the potential plays. And the King is sitting next to an Observer Ward. They see him, they jump him, but blinks away, but they still catch him with the Lasso. The Stampede will be there to bring in the allies, and it's going to be good enough. Amazing Hoofstomp from the Centaur. Stuns up practically everybody. And with the Eclipse going from Satanic, they're looking for the Timber Sword. Timber's going to be the first one to die here. And although they kill the Tusk, it's not a worthwhile trade. And with the Morty's Kisses, they go in, they get the damage out onto the Invoker. King with the BKB finishes him off. Hate the Remnant to drag back Mankushi. He does manage to Manta dodge the Snapfire stun, but it does not matter. He dies anyway. It's a triple kill for Satanic. One win, throw in the towel. GG, well played is called. And Team Spirit, from Game 3 earlier in the day, they found what they needed. They found that additional gear. And if it's this squad you're going up against, I do not want to be playing this new Team Spirit. They looked crisp as all hell in Game 1.
Yep.
In the first place. So let's get into it. Game 2 of 1 win versus Team Spirit. Very excited to see this particular matchup, and I genuinely like 1win's draft a lot more than I like their draft in Game 1.
I like their draft as well, but I just think that Spirit are always responding properly with their heroes, right? Morphling is generally better than can outscale the Luna. Your lanes are quite solid on the side of Spirit. They got the Jakiro, which deals with both the Enchantress and the Beastmaster. It's gonna come down to this Storm. I think Chira is the guy to look at. His lane should be good, and he does have some pretty viable targets.
Oh, check this out, fam. I just went and checked some stats right quick. We are now officially watching Cloud's 100th game on Beastmaster. So a centenary appearance for this hero-player combination. You'd be surprised how few players actually accomplish that over the course of their career. So shout out to Cloud. And he's been commanding a pretty crazy win rate, 63% across 99 games. Trying to increase that right now with the Beast.
Ooh, this Jakiro needs to be careful.
Oh, he got scouted. The bear sees him. The boar sees him. They know where he's at. They're going to come. They're throwing in another boar. This boar's going to find the slows. Miboshka is almost certainly going to end up dead here. He will run north to draw attention towards himself, hoping his team can pick up the bounty runes in the opposite direction. They managed to get 3, but this first blood is almost certainly going to go the way of this Luna. So, first blood for Miboshka on Miboshka by Munkushi. That'll at least equalize the gold lost out by not getting all of those wisdom runes, or the bounce runes, excuse me.
And not only that, but he instantly does get the full raid band, the tangos, and he will get all of the mana back and TP to the lane. So this is an awesome start for Munkushi. You don't really have to wait for your courier because you were right next to the base. I'm surprised that Miposhka didn't think about that and just how that could impact his team and then run the other way.
Well, it's a hard game. He's got a lot on his mind right now about how the strategy should be employed in general. But we are now in the game. Miposhka needs to be able to keep these heroes away from Morphling, but Dark Willow Beastmaster doesn't sound like a fun time to me in the laning phase.
It's okay, right? Morphling likes heroes that spam spells because you want your stick charges. I'm guessing he started with them. Yeah, he started with the full wand, so I think it's gonna be okay.
Just gotta watch the positioning on Miposhka on this Jakiro. Can't afford for him to get caught out again.
Larl started off with 6 CS after 2 waves. Thank God, finally is he's looking a little bit more focused here.
Doing well in that situation, getting the CS that he wants. The Centaur's also finding CS from the league. And they might go on to Rue here. There's Clockwork getting forced away from the Enchantress. Okay. It's gonna be fine with the Battery Assault going.
Yeah, I really want to see how well Miposhka does versus the Beastmaster. Overall, throughout the years, Jakiro has always been considered a counter to Beastmaster offlane, to Nature's Prophet offlane, anybody, even the Lycan, anybody who has these units. So that's, I want to see how well he does. Rue has stick charges.
Yeah, he's gonna be chased quite a while though. The courier coming to
Courier?
provide vision and bait. He's baiting with it. Rue took the bait for a second, and that's actually going to get him killed. The creeps providing the vision for respect. He has enchant in 2 seconds. And Rue going for the deny on these Wildwing Rippers. No, he's just juking. Respect, he lost the vision. He has
Get outplayed.
Dude, how does he keep doing this? This is the 3rd time he's done these kind of jukes in this series, bro. Rue is playing. I said it yesterday, but I'm pretty sure he already has a shoe deal going by now.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. We'll probably see a logo next to his name at some point.
Rue, he's actually putting in work right now. He came back in onto Munkushi, threw in the Battery Assault. This Luna falling so low. Respect needs to come in and help, but the power cogs from Rue. You debate the Enchantress of chasing you all the way around the map. and then you come back in and kill her carry. That is incredible gameplay from Rue in this game.
Unexpected from Munkushi, right? Because he TP'd on a sliver of an HP. At one point, he was one hit from dying, and then he TP's. There's a salve waiting for him, and he just goes in like a madman. Boschka's in trouble.
Definitely is. He's losing some life right now, and he will end up dead. Nothing that could really be done by Satanic in that situation. So they do get something back for one win. Despite losing the carry in the top lane, at the very least, Cloud farming very well on the Beastmaster and getting net worth from these kills.
It is going to be an Aghanim Scepter Beastmaster. I've seen a couple of Beastmasters now go for the Helm of the Dawn build, but not this time around. I guess there is a solid amount of burst on Spirit, so I'd be okay with the Dawn, but this is fine. Maybe
the rationale is like what you mentioned about the lane, that if he goes for the Dom, dealing with dual breath throughout the game, not really fun to do.
As the game progresses, the Jakiro becomes less and less of a nuisance, especially not to your big ancient creep.
Yeah, big one. Top Malik. Do they want to try and jump and kill the Centaur? It's very, very low. The power cogs though, from Rue providing salvation. This clockwork. This lane actually, you were mentioning yesterday how one of the strengths of Team Spirit when they were at their best was that the side lanes were always so consistent. And we didn't get that in some of the earlier series, but Malik and Rue are building a very strong combination. Bottom. A combination for King and Miposhka to save the Morphling, but he's a-okay. Just been zoned back to the tier 1 tower.
He's farming well. The thing is, there is a huge difference between the mid laners, and I knew that Invoker, the Storm was gonna win, but again, Laurel after those first two waves has been struggling.
He's getting Laurel, bro. Just being Laurel again. Game is hard. Wave forward by Satanic. Trying to bring down Cloud here. This Beastmaster is super low on the HP pool. The Blood Grenade will help for the slow, whilst the Dark Willow just kills off Miposhka. That will also save the life of the Beastmaster. Now, all of a sudden, King needs to watch himself. Losing out on the HP pool. 2 seconds away from another round of Wild Axes. Will they throw them forward?
Enchantress
they
is
will,
here.
But they miss. They don't get the Wild Axes out. Enchantress, though, does come through the twin gate. Respect. Ensuring that they get the kill. No mana left on this Morphling. The Alpha Wolf providing the damage. And this happened at the same time as a Siege Wagon wave. They're going to be able to take this tier 1 tower, at the very least get it to half HP.
1W ramping up the tempo, and they're winning all of the lanes this time around. We're not going to have King with just immense amounts of farm. Team Spirit, they might have to win this one as a team.
King right now is looking like a pauper at this moment.
Nice.
Tower does get denied, at the very least. That is something, but it's a very small comfort to say, guys, I denied the tower. Oh, but we lost our safe lane tier 1 at 6 minutes.
I mean, it's you just don't say it, right? You have your smug look that you managed to do a hero that basically has 30 damage.
Check Chira Jr. He's 1,000 net worth ahead of the Tiny in the mid lane. He's getting laureled again, fam.
Yep, he is. He is getting laureled once again. It is, and you know what the funny thing is? He is the one that is having the best game out of his teammates, or all of them are having an equal game at the moment. Just the Storm got way too much.
What you've seen in this series where one hero is able to overperform Miposhka. Looks like he's going to be giving up some gold potentially towards these supports, but they need to get away from this wave from in. They even brought down Rue as well. So even if they end up killing Sweden Strong, I still feel like it's not the worst thing in the world. 2 seconds until we have Shadow Realm. Can he survive long enough? No, he cannot. That last hit with the Liquid Frost chased him on the high ground, and he ends up dead through the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, the Shadow Realm now has that time before you really enter it, like 0.3 seconds, I think. And during that time, he died.
Still though, his death did draw several heroes down bottom. So, I don't think they'll mind too much about that death.
This is just respect giving so much info to his team. And you can't do anything about it. He's just not a hero that you can kill. I'd like for him to get a range up though. You're still playing versus a Tiny, who's in trouble.
To get the enchant out onto the Tiny, they're chasing with the Centaur Conqueror. Kira Jr. has enough mana for the chase. There's the Vortex. followed up by the Stomp. Do they have the damage? Just one more hit would have been enough, but they don't get it off. Instead, the power cogs from Rue trap in Chira Jr. And it's the Storm Spirit that dies this time around. Rue, MVP of this early game for Team Spirit. He has just been making work of these one-win heroes.
Yeah, but 1W, unnecessary move. I mean, they saw what a Luna can do in the previous game if she gets everything she needs. And sure, it wasn't their Luna that was diving and dying, but it was their Storm that can be equally as dangerous in this game. Just gives his lead, I don't want to say away, but gives a way back into the game for Team Spirit. And a possible smoke now to get the Luna as well.
Shout out to Respect for breaking the smoke. I'll probably end up dead for this one. It'll take a while, but certainly worth it. Kushi, you need to get you to safety, brother. I think you clear this wave, vacate the area, let them have the push on the tower.
People have forgotten how to play versus the tiny supports without raindrops versus a tiny. It's a death sentence.
Well, raindrops have immediately been queued up by Respect. Well, finding himself getting killed off in the mid lane. The Shadow Realm hit not even necessary. They give the kill towards Chira Jr. And they might make their way towards top. They have an AD rune on Chira. He zips in. They see Malik. Can they get the Vortex out? It's still on cool. Another 5 seconds. But that saves the tier 1 tower in the top lane and regains the area for Monkushi to be able to farm.
Yeah, you'll let it go. You had the AD rune. You got the tiny. You should be happy with what you have accomplished. Just steal a couple of stacks. This is fine. 1W, they have this Enchantress that can always go deep in the enemy territory, and each she dies, not the biggest deal in the world. So that is probably the information you should be utilizing, then always just chasing headlessly for kills.
Smoke up, Team Spirit. It's the tiny end of the Jakiro. They would love to be able to bring down this Beastmaster. Cloud is making an uncomfortable amount of progress towards his Aghanim Scepter. So curtailing that progression would be great. They should have this. He is moving to the south now, away from the engagement. Dude, if he takes a twin gate now, no way. Throwing out some hawks, he has the boars around. The vision will now be there. He sees them. He's trying to buy out his item, but he knows he's dead. The ice path will be there. He's still alive though. Kicking and jiving. They eventually do find the kill.
He was even in a good position to break the smoke. He even got the roar off through the before the avalanche connected on him, and still it's not enough even with the extra movement speed.
The tier 1 tower middle got softened up quite heavily, sitting at around a third of its HP pool. So a concerted effort from one win should be able to bring it down. And all their towers are still really healthy. Full HP on the bottom tier 1, practically full in the middle. The same is true of the top lane. So much space for them to play on this map.
It just comes down to the mid lane being as it is, right? You, as the Spirit, cannot really rotate to the mid lane because your mid laner has lost. You're probably going to be weaker there, so you're trying to find things on the side lanes, and what you're chasing for are kills. Your lineup doesn't really care about siege creeps, nothing along those lines. It's basically just this crash landing tiny that wants to be getting as many pickups as possible at the moment, so it's normal for them to do minimal damage to the towers.
Just got a Kaya picked up by the Storm. Still a little bit away from having his Witchblade and the BKB. So things slowed down for a moment right now. Everybody waiting for the next round of big items. Lol, slowly but surely progressing towards having the Blink Dagger. The Centaur wants to get us close towards at least having the Headdress as humanly possible. And then of course we do have our Beastmaster, who is 1,000 gold away from having the Aghanim Scepter.
Yep, it's not going to be an easy hero to bring down. Once they do have a blink on the tiny, if the Morphling is in the vicinity, you might be able to burst him down, but in all of the different scenarios, other than that, very possible that the Beastmaster will be unkillable.
Oh, toss forward. Lol throws Malik onto this Dark Widow. They want to try and kill her. She gets stunned in the Shadow Realm. Chira Jr. will provide a little bit of a vortex, but he should be staring down at dead Dark Willow. No! The Cogs push her onto the high ground. They save her. Enchantress will still end up dead to King, but they immediately are able to burst through onto the Centaur Warrunner. High ground Brew. He got stuck there, killing the sweet and strong Dark Willow, but ended up dead. Primal Roar going out onto Laurel. And Satanic is here. And they don't really want to take the fight. They committed the Eclipse for this. They got what they needed. And they got a kill onto the Centaur. I think if you're 1-win, you just take this, take the tier 1 tower, and be very happy with what just happened.
1W wanted to chase, but because the Enchantress died earlier there, she did leave a wolf. And that wolf was scouting the Jakiro and the Morphling that were on the high ground. If there was no creep and 1W get baited into chasing in for more, maybe going for the tiny, maybe even walking up that high ground, that could have turned better for Team Spirit, but overall everybody on 1-win pulling their own weight.
Power Cogs coming in from Rue. He's been owning this entire game, but one moment goes a little bit awry, extends the fight longer than it should have. And the big thing about that is that they were, at least if they got those kills, should have been able to progress to either we put some pressure on the tier 1 mid, maybe even bottom, but the way things were, nothing ended up happening. Bottom lane, Wisdom Rune stolen by Miposhka, no way, and he gets out too? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, without using the Great Healing Lotus, right? He was even greedy, not wanting to use that one before the TP. Just decides it's more valuable than my life, or maybe he knew and calculated in his head that there will be 20 HP left before he makes it to the base.
I mean, you think you think you can be a scrub and win TI? That was hashtag calculated. My boy Miposhka knows exactly what's up.
Yep, I mean, things in Dota are always very close, and if you play this game enough, you get a feel of it. Sometimes your feeling can be wrong, slightly, and that slightly will cost you your life. This time around, Miposhka's feeling was on point.
Team Spirit, we see where they can find an engagement here. They're smoked up. They're trying to reveal this Blink Dagger from Laurel, but at the same time, Malik is being sieged upon by the rest of 1-win. They're pinning him out right now. They're thinking about mounting some TPs. They just stampedes out. They don't have the lockdown necessary. They do finally connect back onto him. Stampede is done. The damage is there, and Centaur is dead.
While that was happening, Spirit wanted to do the same onto the Beastmaster. The problem is that this mid lane tower is still standing. At least they're gonna get that, so we can't really say that this death was in vain. But it's still a good trade from 1W.
Part of the problem for them on the side of 1W though is that the strongest hero on the map currently is still the Smurf, top of the net worth charts. Not far away from finishing his full Manta. Gonna start building his Kanda.
It's coming. He has the Manta, so he's probably gonna be joining the fight.
Very scary Satanic in this game, and 1-win. We saw in the top lane the relative lack of lockdown that the squad has. They need big access to this primal row, and now they zip forward. They see Laurel, but there's no mana to chase him onto the high ground. They'll content themselves with the easy Miposhka kill. We'll see if Team Spirit want to try and make a counter here. The Terrorize, will it be there onto Morph?
Nice
no,
dodge.
dodges it with the Manta style. He's gonna be alive. And then he steals the Storm Spirit's body, electric vortexes him. Manages to find the kill. In the meantime, Munkushi dropped down the ultimate onto Laurel in this bottom side of the fight. So it's a 2-for-2 exchange. Mid and support for mid and support. 1-win though, they have to flee. They recognize just how strong this Morphling is right now. And King gets another Vortex out. What a time to be alive, stealing the Storm Spirit form. But it's unfortunately an Enchantress kill. He doesn't have the Kanda just yet, so there's no way he can bring down Respect.
He did his best to try and get towards that haste rune to deny it. He knew he couldn't take it before the Enchantress, but did his best to deny it, and the right click started flying. Just unfortunately wasn't fast enough. If Spirit had a Stampede there, they would have chased for more kills, possibly even getting all of the cores of 1W. Lucky for them. After the Tiny died, it was still around 20 seconds on cooldown, but right now if you're 1W, you are afraid of this Morphling. You need a BKB on the Luna before you're really comfortable to take big engagements. So I think 1W are going to be going for pickoffs, maybe defend towers, but to go for big fights when the Morphling is available, probably not.
Well, as you say that though, they're bringing all the entire team to the top lane. They know that there's no tier 1 tower for Morphling to TP to Laurel.
Yep.
Think he cancelled his TP. They want to try and ambush the Storm Spirit. Do they have enough to kill him? Feeling strong, looking for the Terrorize, unable to find it just yet. As they get the Primal Roar out onto Laurel, they really want the damage and they kill off the Tiner. But here is Munkushi. He's in the middle of all of these heroes. He might just die, heads up. The Terrorize Terrorize will finally emerge from the Dark Willow, but it comes out too late. They've already lost all 3 of their cores. They overcommitted for that fight, and they get punished super heavily. Sweden Strong dropping some brambles behind him. He really wants to be able to get out of here. He goes into the Shadow Realm. Who has Cogs. They're not going to be able to push him away, though. Makes it out in the nick of time, but that engagement, the Storm Spirit getting caught first, the Terrorize not following it up, they get super hard punished for just overcommitting in that moment.
Yeah, you cut him off with the Storm, but the thing is the rest of your lineup wasn't there in time. And the goal is get into the fight and get out before the Morphling joins, because he's gonna murder every single one of you. And the second that they got the connection with Luna, Morphling found an opening to finish off the Beastmaster. That is when that team fight ended.
A small skirmish here happening. She gets rolled up by the ice block. The hook shot will be there from the clock. He's able to get out for now, but Law blinks forward, looking for him. Be able to find the Dark Willow. Still has access to the Shadow Realms. I don't think she dies here.
Oh, Morphling is coming.
Chasing, they want this one. Shadow Realm now committed, but they can just surround the Dark Willow, walk with her. She can't TP out because they have a ground targeted avalanche. That will be a kill. Dark Willow killed.
Yatoro who? Radan who? Team Spirit has a new carry, and this one might just be filling those shoes. I have to say the rest of Team Spirit are playing okay-ish, but nowhere near the level of Satanic. Though they are giving him good heroes and stuff, but this was a first pick Morphling, right? And he's still topping the network chart 7-1. Not really targeted Storm. Poking in.
I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one, you know. They do throw out the Bramble Maze, get some damage in, but the Satanic just jumps right back in. The Eclipse will be on top of him, as well as the Bedlam, but it's not enough damage, not just yet at the very least. The Acropire drops down with the Cogs, and look where the Luna is at. She is stuck. She cannot escape away from this fight. Clockwork is the first one to die, but now Morphling free and clear to just rain in the right clicks. They kill off this loot. Beastmaster dies next. A 3-for-2 engagement, and they keep losing all of their cores. Can they find out where exactly the real targets are at? They find Respect trying to retreat back into the base while making sure that they slow him up, but they don't have the damage on the high ground, and it doesn't seem like King wants to dive there. Sweden Strong just hiding in the trees, but they might catch vision if nobody walks into that area. Shh. Very quiet. He cancels the TP of the Morphling, but for him, there's nothing that they can really do up against the King right now.
Oh, those Cogs from the Clockwork winning the fight, right? Morphling getting out onto the high ground. Cogs pulled them in. He turns into the Dark Willow, puts the Cursed Crown, and the Cursed Crown connects the stolen one on both the Luna and the Beastmaster. At that point, the fight was over. Even though King morphed into strength quite a lot, just because he needed to survive the Eclipse, he still had enough damage left in the tank. It was just such good spell usage from the Clockwork, securing that. At that point, when the Cogs came out, the fight was over. And I cannot believe that 1W are going for these fights without the BKB. With these fights and with the Luna dying twice, they've delayed it by, I would say, even 5 minutes. They would have already had it.
Now Team Spirit can happily go into the Soul Shard. I don't know if one winner is aware of this, but I certainly know they do not want to fight this.
No BKB, no nighttime. You are not doing this. Oh boy, just no reason to do it. And there's just some of these heroes where BKB timings are way too important, and I understand your need to make something happen on the map, that's fine, but a move can also be forcing out a rotation from the enemy rather than just full-on committing for a fight every single time.
They overcommit, they end up losing out. It's not just the BKB on this Luna that's delayed. Because they haven't been able to take these subsequent fights, Storm Spirit relies on those kind of fights to get to his own BKB. Now that's going to be delayed, so Team Spirit, aware of how much stronger they are than the side of one win, they smoke up as a 5-hero unit. Trying to see if they can find somebody just lurking around this mid area.
What is Laurel going for? Yeah, he's not gonna be finding anybody with that haste soon. This is such a cool play. The enemies have to respond.
Force out the slip.
Okay.
One win.
The tower will fall. They need to be here faster. Nobody's TPing in.
Yeah, they're gonna try and look
They're
for this
now just gonna
wrapper.
kill him.
Tier 3 tower is gone.
They know
Actually
about
find
smoke.
this backline fight. They zip in on the storm looking for the clock, but it's Laurel who intercepts them first, but he eats the full eclipse. So the Tiny will die first, but the Morphling still ready to fight. He dives in, bursts through this Beastmaster. The Terrorize is out though, sending these heroes back, allowing them to kill off Rue. All of a sudden now they have the numerical advantage. They're reaching in to try and bring down the Morphling. They ignore him for a moment and turn attention towards Centaur, killing him instead. But now we are out of mana on these heroes. The Storm does end up dead. Satanic, can he go mano a mano versus this Luna? He's morphing for all of his worth. Getting into the strengthier, tankier position. He is able to waveform away.
He will 3
They didn't
engage.
catch anybody else, and that's it. So it ends up being 3 for 3. Very even fight, but they did take the tier 3 tower before that engagement started.
Yeah, Team Spirit knew about the smoke because the Enchantress TP to the base, thought the TP they had a ward, and then nobody appeared. Only when they got closer, then they saw the Enchantress. And at that point, Laurel, he turned around and went in, thinking that it should be his job to make that happen. The problem is, you knew that the enemies were coming, and you had no vision on the high ground. When 1W places it, they kill Laurel and started the fight nicely for themselves. In other circumstances, if it was Team Spirit that got to that high ground first and placed the ward first, didn't have to sacrifice Laurel for vision, would have been dangerous.
That fight also granted us a blink dagger on this Beastmaster, so we have a blink initiation a little bit long, can sit a little bit further back, doesn't have to endanger himself as much, and more time to try and hunt down these key targets. Right now though, the key target is the Morphling. He just picked up BKB. Manta, BKB, Vlad, Conda, Morphling. You're not killing this guy right now.
It's perfect timing. They're also shoving in the bottom wave as well, right? So you could push the mid lane. You don't want to. Mid lane is generally the hardest lane or racks to take because it's so easy for enemies to surround you from different sides. So they're just going to be poking here on the bottom lane.
You say poke, but I think they're just gonna get the tower for free. Team
But
Spirit.
under smoke.
Yes, they have to be wary of the wraparound from behind. No! He found the Luna, tosses Luna deep into the fight, right in the hands of the Morphling. And with the BKB from Morphling, they assassinate Luna. Dead with no buyback. Miposhka died in the meantime, but easily able to buy back himself. The toss forward onto this Enchantress. Waveform in from this Morphling. They ensure they have the damage to kill the Ench. And Laurel, this time around, he does manage to find the perfect initiation, throwing the Luna directly into the Morph and even forcing the BKB charge out of her.
This was the Clockwork again winning the fight. I would even give this this MVP to Rue. The way that he's playing is just beautiful. What he did this time around, they did have vision on the high ground. He used the Glimmer Cape and he ran into the enemies. Caught 2 people inside of the cogs, broke the smoke on every single one of them, and created that opportunity where the Luna is gonna be isolated, because there was no Beastmaster in that fight, there was no Enchantress because they were inside of the cogs, and then you just had a Storm who was zipping in from afar trying to save his carry. It's just straight up beautiful gameplay from Spirit, and a night and day difference when they're the ones with the vision compared to 1W.
1W, the night is coming right now. It's deep into the evening on the map, but also deep into the night of the prospect of winning this game. Tier 3 towers and a lane of racks gone from both bottom and mid now.
5-second
And
Aegis.
they're doing what they can. Oh, man.
Oh,
That's so unfortunate. 2 seconds later, that might have been a really good kill, but now they need to try again. Morphling, it's gonna be A-okay.
run.
Need to get out of here. Malik, get himself dragged back in with the Vortex. They have the damage to kill him. Laurel bails him out with the toss towards his team. Man, this Tiny from Laurel. Yeah, he got Laureled in the lane, but the game overall, he really has been performing for his team.
His ability to recognize who the main target is and understanding that the Morphling is his main damage dealer, it has been quite nice. Malik still left behind. No way.
Enough mana on Shira Jr. They should be able to get this catch. I say that, but Laurel! We were just gassing him up, and he shows us why. Comes in with the counter initiation, killing off the Storm Spirit. 45 seconds, no Storm, and still no BKB on Storm.
The thing is, Storm had enough mana. His HP was the problem this time around. Because of this, you're going to be losing your last auto tower. There's absolutely no way that you can defend it. And plus, there is still a ward in the enemy base by Team Spirit, no glyph as well. So, 45 seconds. During those 45 seconds, if they find an opening now, it is a disaster for one win. This could very well end the game. Yep, there it is.
Gets the jump, gets onto the Beastmaster. Beastmaster does not have buyback. He's short by 7 gold. Okay, it should be back in just a moment. As soon as the Storm
Don't buy
respawns.
anything, please. Right, he did. There's the buyback.
Buys back. Storm has respawned. Long zip from Chiro Jr. Okay. Being a little bit risky. Oh, Munkushi's on the low ground. The fight is starting onto respect though. Munkushi, he's reaching forward, has the BKB, has Eclipse. Commits the Eclipse, but there's not that much damage with the Pipe of Insight being popped by the Centaur. Leak is gonna be fine. Primal Roll goes out onto the Morphling. They're keeping him away from the rest of this fight. But now, hookshot through. He catches Laurel inside these power cogs. Laurel able to at the brain last second. Look for the avalanche, but unfortunately Chiro Jr. zips out with the last remainder of his mana. They lose Malik at the end of the day, but they almost get a crucial kill onto the Storm Spirit of Chiro Jr.
That ward of Team Spirit changing everything. They got a couple of kills. All of these buybacks that were used, it was because that vision is there. And 1W, they recognizing they put the sentry at that point. The ward was already down. They didn't even get the extra gold.
Respect, he just died back. He returned into this fight, but the Morphling says, no, you belong in the fountain. Cloud, also in a similar position, forced to run under the cover of the Glimmer Cape. However, this was a BKB charge committed by the Morphling.
Yeah, you have to run, maybe.
They're looking to try and finish off this 4 mega creeps. They do get the building. It's still alive. One more hit is remaining. Laurel secures it. The question is, does he get out? Megas are out. Laurel will be abandoned in the base, but what do they care? Team Spirit put themselves in a commanding position by taking out the full set of racks on all the map.
Luna will have the Kanda, but this is Rapier territory versus Mega Creeps. Luna is a solid hero to deal with it, but the problem is this: in this game as a Luna, you need so many more items to be able to fight the Morphling other than the Rapier that it is insane. You are just gonna have to hope that your Beastmaster can hold his own when it comes to tanking, if you even get to that point ever, because the Roche is going to be in 40 seconds, and I'm pretty sure that Team Spirit are not going to wait for this Luna to farm 6,000 gold.
Yeah. I wish they would to make the game more entertaining for us, but certainly not going to end up happening. Team Spirit ahead in every regard. Just got a 4-star for the Jakiro. We did just get a BKB for Storm Spirit, so Chiro Jr. at long last will actually be able to participate meaningfully in these team fights, but might be too little too late.
Not looking good for sure. I'm looking at 1W and thinking what they can do. You would want to contest this Roche. You kind of have to contest this Roche, but I don't see no smokes on them. I don't know how they do it.
They know what's happening right now. They're pinging out the area, but Team Spirit, they also know that one win is likely coming into them. So they're going to go for the jugular. They jump in, they find Munkushi. Munkushi is still going to be alive though, but unfortunately there's too much damage. BKB finally comes out. The Luna trying to run, but Rue says no. Rue traps the Luna, but she turns around, throws in the Eclipse. There's a lot of damage, and they end up killing off this Tiny. Unfortunately, because he's held in the cogs, eventually the Morphling is there, and now we have a dead Luna, a dead Beastmaster, potentially a dead Enchantress, and they just call it. They don't have any buybacks on these heroes. There are mega creeps coming into them. They were about to give up in ages, so they throw in the towel. GG, well played. One win, eliminated 2-0 by Team Spirit, who have shown an additional gear, demonstrating that this team